Okay,
Do you see it? Do you
ready.
see that?
Welcome back to the podcast. We're doing a home team episode this week, and we're starting with a little screen share. First time for everything. This is Christine's trading day. Take it away.
Hi. Welcome to the podcast where
Hi.
I tell you how frustrated I am. This always
Uh,
happens. I'm not actually, like, in my heart of hearts, I'm not actually mad, but it's just so funny. I did have another trade up here that's just not marked off because I had already deleted it, but it was something like
That was the third. I
here.
was so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something here, totally followed my system, was a probability-based loss. Second was why can I not? A deviation trade. So this blue line is a deviation -1. It's a deviation from the overnight VWAP. Tried along there. I just saw longs today. I always see longs. And then of course, I tried my last trade. Kind of an overshoot of the previous day New York VWAP, a really strong, like I'm on the 2-minute chart. So a really strong candle, entered long. I got stopped out here. And what does it do? After from this getting stopped out, in these bars here, I lock all of my accounts. I cannot take another trade. I took 3 trades today. After 3 trades, I'm done. I manually lock them out. What does the price action do from there? Up, 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 all the way up here. Would have definitely cut down my losses, but this is why I don't need to come to the charts after I'm done trading to look at the chart. The only reason I'm doing this is for the podcast, because this kind of thing will set people off. This is a tilt inducing frustration because you tried for your certain trade that you had in your mind all day. And then you finally think you're doing the right thing by locking yourself out. Okay, it's just not my day. I got to walk away. And then basically immediately after that, your trade works out. That is like, I've traded enough to know that that's a tilt inducing situation, right? So luckily I'm locked out. I didn't jump back into this trade. I didn't go buy another account just to get into this trade. I didn't split my 2 copied so that I could trade on the one. Like I didn't do any of those things that I know people listening have done.
But so
So,
most importantly, like
yeah,
you're obviously it's not a mistake, but what did you learn from today?
that's a great question. And I'm trying to
If you've
like,
gotten that far. Because sometimes it takes more than a couple hours to figure that out.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if I learned anything new. I think there was things that were just reiterated for me. So this is like the perfect setup for a red day for me is we're moving in a direction and there's some choppiness around some of my levels. Therefore, meaning to me, when I'm looking at it, there's reaction at my levels. And therefore, that's when I want to get engaged. So I take these trades, and you know what? I have to take these trades. If I see an entry, like it is my job to take the trades. I have a 43% trade win currently. So I am going to lose more than I will win. So I know that in my mind, the probabilities, like I understand the probabilities. So I have to take the trades. So doing this reiterated to me that I need to take the entries that I see. Great. I think it's just taught me that these days will be not my downfall, but these are my struggle days. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Tuesday, we had a range day. A lot of people struggled. I did very well. Like that was a great day for me. So everyone has their own like weaknesses. This is a bit of a weakness of mine. So maybe I can look at this chart after the day is done and start just trying to find some type of pattern of how do I avoid these days when it's a full run up. Like yesterday, for example, we just bounced off the overnight VWAP and we moved up the entire day. I stayed out. I didn't take a trade. I was totally fine. But on a day like today, I need to maybe learn when I can spot the A plus setups versus the A setups, if that makes sense. But also just like accepting the fact, like I'm down $500 in my combine. I'm down $100 in my funded. These are very manageable losses. I followed my limitations that I put on myself to avoid big loss days, like only 3 trades. I traded with a fairly appropriate size. I didn't oversize anything. I didn't revenge trade. I didn't FOMO into anything. So I think overall, I'm very happy with my red day. And it's like, it's taken a long time to be able to get to the point that I can start seeing these things, you know? And if like you're listening and you don't see some of this stuff, you'll get there, because I've been trading for almost 3 years and I'm still like learning these things. And I'm finally starting to see some of the fruits of trading for so long to be able to understand some of these like emotions behind it and to realize like a lost day is okay. And I feel good about my red day. To be honest, I feel great about it. And I didn't used to. Like if I had a red day, no matter what, I'd feel bad about it because it was red. And that's just not what profitable traders do, because they understand the probabilities they're going to have red days.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, round it out. Give us an update on the Tesla position, because that's on a high note.
Oh, Tesla position is good. I took 70% of my position off yesterday. I purchased it at $395. I took 70% off at $455, and I have the 30% on. So I obviously have a target for that, which would be Tesla's all-time highs. And we'll see how the rest of that goes. But that was a good trade. That was about a 15-day swing trade for me. So usually I end up doing about one to two swing trades a month. And I only had one for the month of September. So it was Tesla, and it worked out nicely. So I'm very happy with that. And now I'm just moving on to find the next one. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
To go back to Christine's trades today and that whole the comment about being red and being okay with it. We were actually, Austin and I were in a long this morning, and it was brutally painful, and we ended up getting stopped up, but we were for about 40 minutes we were in this trade live on stream and in drawdown the whole time, and everybody in the chat just kept asking questions. Why don't you cut it? Why don't you do this? And all it kept reminding me of was what Thomas was saying, and then what Tyler also reaffirmed, is just about enduring the pain. And I think today was such a great example for people to watch on stream and to see Austin and I just having a conversation, enduring this pain of drawdown, but we had a level. This is where we need to see this trade go to be out of it. And it literally sat, a few points away from it for quite some time and just went sideways. And instead of cutting it short, we just sat, we got to sit through this. We need this level to break for this trade to be invalidated. And it was like, fine. I think once you can mentally wrap your head around that and tell yourself, hey, this is okay. This is the trade I took. Yeah. I'm not going to win 100% of the time. So if I can sit through this drawdown, and if I, even to put like on a flip side, if I had just a massive stop below the 40s and that stop held and this trade, I would have come back into profit now by the end of the day. And I just endured that pain all day. It's still the same trade, if that makes sense. Like, instead of me getting stopped, it's just like, but I was content with getting stopped out and sitting through all that drawdown instead of before I'd be micromanaging it. Should I take some size off? Should I bring my stop up? Should I do this? Should I do this? Instead, I just sat in it, and it finally took us out. But I think great days for both of us just on learning that, red days are bound to happen. And if we just maximize on the green days, which Thomas has got, the other thing that Thomas has got me working on is just adding into positions to maximize those setups. Is just, I can start to, see things more clear as time goes on. So it's it was, I ended up finishing the day green, but it started red, and I was fine with it being red. I was totally okay with it being red.
Yeah. Not to derail it, but if you can hear in the background, there's a dog barking in my video because it's my dog, and you can hear it in Randy's video because Randy is living across the street from me right now in Mexico, and he's outside. So I just think that's hilarious. That's
at the end of the stream. I'll show you where Christine's house is. I'll go pick up the camera and we can spy on it. Well, as you can see, I'm in Mexico, so.
Yeah, not to derail it though a little bit, but I know being there, Randy, has already had like a really positive impact on you, and you shared a few things with me. So yeah, I'd love to chat about it a little bit because I definitely know how important that kind of stuff is.
Yeah, so it's really interesting you said that. And I was actually talking to Christine's husband about this yesterday because Christine said something the day before where it was not running away from your problems, but just disconnecting from them. And I think Hillary and I both had a lot of negative energy at home, and it's stuff that we didn't have to deal with, but there was some stuff that we had to. Just there was no way around it. And I think coming here, at first, people think you're running away from your problems, but I've actually had the last 4 or 5 days, both of us, where we've just been able to like sit and have some clarity. What do we want in life? What do I want in life? Without having all that background noise. It's kind of like going from a 1 minute to a 2 minute chart, if you want to put it into perspective.
That's cool.
Not having to see all the little noise, the little things going on. I just get to focus on what I want to focus on. And to be honest, I've gone to the gym every day. I've had drinks on the weekend, but I'm not drinking beers every day at the pool. Like I've gone for a swim every morning. Don't get me wrong. If it's a beautiful day and I've had a great trading day and I want a beer, I'll have one. I'm not saying I can't. I don't want it. Like I don't need. Like it's not something that's on my mind, right? And so it's.
And I mean, look at your background. It's like it's killing it. Like what else could you ask for as a trader?
No, so that's
ocean in the background, the palm trees blowing. Like
exactly right. And it's been a dream of mine, and I didn't realize that 2 years have gone by almost, and I was just so focused on trading, and I think I put pressure on myself about trading that now I'm here. It's manageable. I know people might think that, oh, it's just like cost $1 million to do what he's doing. It does not. This month will probably be cheaper than what we spend back home, believe it or not. And it's putting things in a perspective because this is the thing that I'm trying to bring, I don't know what the word is, like to the forefront, or like so people can understand it, that things are achievable. We don't need to be a 7-figure, 6-figure trader to do things in life that make us happy. You just need to manage your expectations and what actually makes you happy. I didn't need to take a private jet here. I flew coach here, but I'm sitting on a rooftop pool in a beautiful building in a little beach community. We went and got groceries and make dinner at night. Some nights tonight we're going out. The four of us are going out for date night, and we found someone to watch Miles. So it's like all these things, you just got to put them into perspective, and they're all achievable. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not $1 million trader by any means. I haven't made a ton of money trading.
Yeah, it'll come. Right? It'll come. That's the whole point of this. It'll come.
And that's where I think coming here was actually like a big mental shift for me, because it's, always dream about doing these things, but I was always held back by the fear of doing it. And actually,
or I need to reach X before I
go here, right? And then I just said, you know what? When Christine was able to get this place for us and the price we're getting it for, I was just like, this is a no-brainer. Like we've already booked for March and April, because it's just. I'm happy. Hillary's happy. Miles is happy. I'm trading. I'm with you guys every day. I'm around the people that mean the world to me. Like it's like I don't need anything else in life right now, right? So very content. But I think when you get to that and you understand that it's very attainable, you'll start to maybe I'm just appreciating things more, right? Like I'm looking at my trades and appreciating instead of chasing that trade. Where at home I would have the charts open all day and I would look for a trade later in the day, or I'd be at the desk working. Now I actually feel empowered closing Bookmap when I'm done trading, where before Bookmap would be running for the whole New York session in my office.
Damn, Randy, you're giving me like the hardest flashbacks to when I was living in LA then when I moved up here. I think Randy might be cutting out, but same exact thing was like, it was started with all I want to do is sit in front of this chart and like trade my life away so that I can like get out of this situation. But then once I just started like cultivating the situation around me, like everything else got better, including the trading, just naturally by default. And like just yesterday, I picked up fishing as a hobby. I fished when I was younger, and it's so up here we got rivers and oceans. We got trout, steelhead trout. We got so much. We got salmon up here. Like there's so much stuff in the local rivers, and they release it all. So like I'm going to get really good at fishing like the next like few months, so that then when it comes like January, February, and they start releasing the trout and stuff, I can like take advantage of that. We can, you know, have fresh fish and stuff.
And
And
you
that's
guys
so
like
awesome.
are amazing like chefs. So
Yeah.
you'll be like,
Yeah.
for you guys at home. Oh, I'm coming over for dinner. I love salmon. I love trout. Like that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that was a cool, and it's like a cool little hobby that I'm picking up.
Yes.
And I've really gotten back into reading audiobooks. I cannot stress enough to the listeners, like reading the audiobooks twice. The first time I've read all the audiobooks, or any book for that matter, it sets it in as like, okay, this is important. But then when you read it again, specifically the important ones, it really, everything resonates. And that's when I've been able to really start applying it all to myself. So Best Loser Wins, applied all those concepts. Now my strategy is really solid. And then I'm going back and reading The Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. And that's really showing me basically just how much self-criticism and your perception of your own self-criticism impacts you. And like I can see from reading this book that I've like grown a fear of my own self-criticism. And so I won't put myself in certain trades because I know in the past I've criticized myself and I don't want the negative criticism, so I don't take the trade. But now I'm not that same person as I am, you know, 6 months ago. And also I need to redevelop my own relationship with my self-criticism. And, you know, I don't know, kind of on a tangent here, but that's just what I've been thinking about.
No, I love that you talked about that criticism, because like I just showed my chart and you saw that I had 3 losses. Before I would have felt embarrassed to show that, because I was criticizing myself for these things in an unhealthy way. You know, like I would really struggle with trying to post them and I wouldn't want to, or I'd feel like, like I'd feel this like tightness about it. Wouldn't want to talk about it. Maybe I wouldn't post my DRC until like late, like the next day after a day like this. And I think it maybe comes back to what you just said about the self-criticism, because we're so hard on ourselves for things that we shouldn't actually be hard on ourselves. But like now I can share that. Like I just shared it to whoever wants to see it. I feel great. I feel great about it. I'm sure there could be internet trolls coming on and telling me I'm the worst trader in the world, but it doesn't really matter.
Sucks. But it's like, who cares?
Yeah. Like I myself am not telling myself that. And that's the big shift. So I find that really interesting that you bring up that self-criticism.
Yeah, the analogy he gave was like a dog that's in a house that's getting beaten or whatever, like a dog's being abused, and now the dog is in a new house. And but the dog still flinches at the new owner because of its past. So now we're in this transition period where we're moving from like kind of the harmful, self-destructive beginner mistakes to the more like longevity focused kindness, like gratitude mindset. And it feels weird to like talk about and stuff, but because it's like so much in your own personal head that like I can't share with anybody what's happened to me or for me, except for like however I can through words. And you know, overall I just hope that these concepts and the things that we talk about, like you're able to just think about it for yourself, and like hopefully something resonates, because that's the whole goal of this at the end.
Yeah. Do you remember like in the beginning how hard, and I say we because I'm pretty sure you probably experienced this yourself, but how hard we were on ourselves after like, and I quotation, bad trading day, and how that would affect the rest of my day or my mood for that day. And like, if I just look at that progress alone, I am so much more successful now. This is money aside, than I was a year ago or 2 years ago, based on that one fact. And I do wish, like people always ask like, well, what would you want new traders to know? Like, I think that's one thing, is to not be so like devastatingly hard on yourself in the first years of trading because
But it's so hard. You just
it's
feel
so hard.
You
How do you
feel
stop?
it, right? How do you not feel it? When
know.
I blew an account in one day and I lost like $600 in 20 minutes, I sat on that couch, curled up, and
Oh
was
my
wanted
gosh.
to die,
Yeah.
And like, and as sad as embarrassing as it is, that is not the only time that's happened.
No.
But like I had, for me, basically, if I have a really shit trading day, it's just 2 losses. That's my worst trading day. And I took one of those on Monday. And I've been doing this dropping a coin in the bucket thing, but I still dropped the coin in the bucket on Monday because I didn't tilt. I took very controlled losses. I cut one short even, I think.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I just kind of lost confidence, took a short, didn't work out. And then where I should have taken the second short, I went long. You know, it's like, and I learned something from it. At the end of the day, I moved on, didn't tilt, had a great session, and still like dropped my coin in the bucket. But when I look back, that could have been just a totally different day where you just feel it. You just can't help but feel it, and then it affects you the whole day. It affects you when you talk to other people, and it's just experience. I think only time in the game really like helps you navigate that.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can. It's just time. It's literally just time. You have to go through the shit. Like Lauren said, like best piece of advice at the end of the podcast we did with him. He's like, you just got to go through the shit until it's not shitty anymore.
I did a
Who said it? Someone.
Go ahead, Randy.
Oh no, someone else said it where like literally they said you have to eat shit for the first few years before you really start to understand like, and like how many times have we eaten shit? Like, just to quickly, I wanted to say to Thomas to end that last thing you were saying is, but I think Thomas, you said last week, I don't know if it was on the podcast or just one of our conversations, you felt like you've been doing some of your best trading the last 6 weeks and you had 4 weeks of it red. You know what I mean?
Weeks,
like
3 and 3. Yeah.
3 weeks of it red,
Seriously.
which is amazing for you to look back and be like, reflect and be like, I had 3 weeks of red, but it's some of my best trading ever. Like, I think that's like a big, like how we're all talking about red today, right? Like everybody's got their reflection on being red and how we're all so content with being losing trades, losing weeks, whatever it is, right? Losing ideas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me today, we didn't even talk about my little trade, but I was short before you or Randy were long, and it was an A+ setup for me. I got in short. Immediately I see the overshoot, the reversal, and I'm like, I already lost. And I put that on the chart. I've already lost this trade. And it's important for me. Like I go in every trade thinking I've already lost it. But sometimes I think I win it and lose it. But then what did I do after that? It starts going in my favor. I add in. And basically price made 2 new lows of day after my entry. And on the second low of day, 10 minutes after, I locked my stop. For me, that was so much progress of like not being super trigger happy to like take the risk off or pull it or anything like that. And I ended up taking a break even on the trade, like came about with a point of my entry. And I didn't get back in because at that point I was seeing the longs and everything like that. And so, but I'm fine with that. And basically in the last 2 weeks, here's where I learned from today. I thought, should I not be locking the stop as early? Overall answer, probably yeah. I probably can leave it on a little longer, just in the pain, as Randy was saying. But there's only been 2 trades in the last 3 weeks that have hit a break even that went to take profit. And one of it was like, it was 3 weeks ago on a Monday, and it was the wick. We were on stream with Dave, and it was the one candle that wicked down and up and hit both my break even and my take profit in the same candle.
Oh my God.
So there was that trade and then the trade today. And that was about $1,000 of lost profit in theory. But like, you know, overall, I don't care. Like, I'm fine with that. You know, I know I'm going to take break evens if I put the stop at break even, and to only take 2 break evens in 3 weeks and not really matter that much. Like, whatever. I'll happily
You've only
take that.
taken 2 break evens in the past 3 weeks.
Correct.
But both of those trades would have gone to your TP.
Correct. Correct. One of them would have gone to TP and then eventually back down.
Okay.
And then one of them would have gone and kept going.
Okay. That's interesting. So you're saying that you've never taken a break even and then would have taken a loss instead of the break even if you hadn't moved your stop.
Correct. And
yeah,
that is pretty, it is pretty like, that is what happens. I don't really take the losses once it like gets to the area where I put the stop at break even. But that's where it's like, then when I add in, if my stop is in the same spot, then it's like 750. Because imagine this is my debacle. This is the stop loss. This is the entry and the take profit. When I add in, now the entry's here, stop loss is here, and it's sometimes nearly double. Or no, not nearly double, but at least a half more. So then if I pull the stop here, this is shit territory for me, because that's just going to get taken. Like that middle ground between the last level that I have the stop at and then just where price is floating, I feel scared to drag it into that floating space just to reduce the P&L. So it's either got to be at invalidation or at break even, and it can't be either or it can't be like in the middle.
See, I feel like if you're adding into a trade, you should have some structure that you could move your stop down, not to break even, but to equal out your risk, because that's the whole idea of adding into trade without adding into risk. So like looking at it.
I do, but sometimes it's just not enough. Like today's example, my stop was 3.5 points above the structure. When I added in, and I was risking 400, I added in, I dragged the stop that 4 points to the structure, but I was still now risking 500 instead of 400 with the add-in. So
in that case, would you have added in less?
I had 8 contracts and I added in 3. So I don't really think I would add in less. Like that's kind of that's like my most minimal add-in. So that's where it's just a little bit of like tricky. A little slippery slope, a little tricky, still learning how to manage that and be comfortable sitting in those trades. But overall, really just kind of pushing through.
Yeah. And you can't like blame a break even. Like a break even, like that's a great day.
Because I could have gotten back in. That's the thing. Because I could have always gotten back in. And that's why I can't blame it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How's your day, Randy? You had the longs and then anything else?
I got a long that I took a full 13-point loss on. And then I had to go and get Christine's husband managed to hear a computer chair, desk chair for my desk. So I went and got that and strapped it to the back of the golf cart and brought it home. And then I was sitting in the new chair getting comfy at the desk, and I saw a break and retest of previous day's New York with the lower high forming. So I decided to take a short. I went in heavy, scalped it for 7 points, and basically got my loss back. So I was down $40 on the day from 340, so which felt great. Okay. And I was done trading, and then this is why I can't stay at the charts too long.
Yeah.
I saw the long present now finally after it looked like that low a day held. Once we took out those orders at 40 and that low held, or had a low a day view up on, and I was really tempted. I think there's probably a part of me that wanted to be right with my first long, and I decided to take a long, and I had levels in mind and set my take profit. Sorry?
Are you out of that trade now, Randy?
You cut out on me, Thomas. What was that?
Just like
I set my take profit at previous day's point of control and just
nice.
And and the trade hit my take profit, and I don't even know, it probably kept running. It probably went even higher, but I don't care. So
it doesn't matter.
I finished green on the day, so I'm happy with that. That's all that matters.
Nice.
And that's it.
That's
and
great.
I think the one thing I'm finding, I'm lagging on you guys, so I'm trying to hear you.
Yeah, just a bit, but keep finishing your thought.
Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
I was gonna say I find myself very busy here, and I think once that starts to, because I won't be this busy for 4 weeks, I think it'll start to slow down as we find things we do different things on different times and whatnot. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But I'm really trying to limit my time at the charts. And then if I am working on coaching calls or whatever, my charts can't be open. Like I just want to be present in whatever else I'm doing. And that's something I've lacked always because I have 6 screens at home and I have the luxury of having stuff open here, here, and here and be doing multitasking 10 things. So I'm really trying to focus my energy on what's important in the moment and try and, you know, instead of, I would give my energy out to so many different things that then it would turn into procrastination. And so I'm really going to work on that. That's one of my big work-ons while I'm here is to stop with the procrastination, but it's hard when you've been doing it for 43 years. So it's not an easy habit to tame, but I will, it's on my list.
I think the whole like multitasking thing too is like such a, like, it's not always true. Like you're not always getting more done by multitasking. And I have personally found specifically during my trading hours, I've gone through periods where I have absolutely nothing on and just looking at the charts in a dark, quiet room. And then I've had the total opposite where I have a stream going, music playing, and I'm trading all at the same time. And they both feel good in the moment. But at the end of the day, for me, and I've also had like a podcast on while I'm trading too. But for me, like the sweet spot of multitasking during my trading day is music or stream or being in a live room with calm, normal traders.
Yeah.
Because that's really important for me, at least. Like so important. And then just the charts. Keep it simple.
Nice. So we had a red day, a break even, and a green day between the 3 of us, and we're all happy with it.
That's what it's all about.
That's the dream.
That's what it's all about. I'm happy. Like I'm gonna go fishing after this.
Yeah, no, that is the dream.
Yeah,
dude. I'm like whatever I do.
I'm going to the gym.
Hey, I just came from the gym, so I get that. But I'm like, whatever I do, I just got to do it like right. Like whatever that word right means to me. And so it kind of means like all in. Like I kind of just go all in on whatever I do. And I'm so hyped for this fishing season coming up. Because I fished when I was younger, but not like much. I'm not very good at it, so I have to get a lot better.
Are you gonna be a professional fisher after this?
No, but I was thinking it would be fun. I could go fish and trade early morning fishing set.
That's awesome.
You know who you got to talk to? You got to talk to Troy. And actually, speaking about this, I'm going to reach out to Troy today, and I'm going to have him come on the podcast.
Please do.
Because Troy always drops photos where he's trading from like, it looks like some crazy ass iPad that's got this rugged case on it. And he's trading from the back of a dirt bike on the side of a mountain or fishing somewhere. Like he's always out in the wilderness doing something, but trading at the same time.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
We'll have to get him on. I'll reach out to him today, actually.
Yeah, and just like wrap up, because one more thing that I'm doing is like the whole deal with me fishing is also uncertain outcome. You know, put in the work, no outcome. I'm like, I am trying to train my brain to be hyper focused on far outcome probability based tasks where because that was not me, right? My family, they're all either government workers, business, like not business owners. I only have one business owner in the family or two, but they're like actually, I have 2 business owners in the family, but beyond that, everyone else has like a set income, and the 2 business owners in the family are like kind of looked down upon, if anything. And so my family and just the way I've grown up and the way my brain is wired is so safety based. And as I grow up, I realize how that whole way of thinking doesn't serve me in trading. So I'm just trying to get into all the different activities that really push that mindset onto me. So then it just becomes a force of habit.
That's so cool. It's so cool that you are at the age that you are.
I love how you're reflecting on like.
Yeah. Like you've just figured this out and now you have your whole life to like do this thing that's like different from what you grew up in. And like, it's just super cool that you're doing that. Yeah. And everything goes back to trading. Every activity.
Oh, it's so cool. If you and Megan, everything.
Poor Randy's lagging
It
behind.
took me having a child to figure out a lot of the stuff Thomas already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No,
We're gonna
you're
have to
fine.
Hopefully you can
Is
hear
it, are
me.
you guys on the same internet?
I'm on my Starlink.
Oh, you just can't see.
Oh, you're.
So I don't know what Randy's
No.
on, but it's not good.
Okay, I'll show you.
It's like
There you go.
3 FPS.
Christine's house is right there.
That's the house.
Come outside and wave.
Well,
Go on your
can you
patio
see
and
me
wave to us. Come on.
on my balcony? No. No one's
Hold
watching
on.
it this
Oh,
way.
oh.
No one's watching anymore. They
Yeah.
clicked out because Randy's
No?
audio is terrible.
I don't think you're even pointed at
Oh.
it. That's yeah. You can't. You're not even
Oh.
pointed at me. Yeah, so we did this home team episode today because we were expecting a guest and I think they forgot.
Okay.
So
Well, I love you guys.
We won't drop names, but hopefully we will get this guest back on another time because we were looking forward to the conversation. So we'll just have to reschedule it. But this was just a little home team episode that we'll throw in there. We might have recorded this 3 weeks from whenever we drop it. Who knows? But it'll get out there sometime.
Yeah, and just the last thing I want to say to wrap this all up, because I know a lot of people have been struggling trading at all-time highs. I had a new thought today, and I thought, what a terrible thing to tell yourself as a U.S. market trader. I don't like trading at all-time highs, or I have difficulty trading at all-time highs, because we better get used to it. We're going to be trading all-time highs for the next decades, probably the rest of our life.
Yeah.
And that frame of mind, I'm throwing out the window. It's all price action and patterns, and that's all.
Love
Keep
it.
it as simple as possible.
Love it.
Alrighty, wrapping
I'll quickly.
it up.
Let me add to this quickly.
Yep.
Or you
Yep.
can't hear me. Can you hear me?
No, we're
Yeah.
good.
I was gonna say James said something the other day really interesting to me, and James said how in August we were making new all-time highs, and then in September we were trading at all-time highs, and again now today we're making new all-time highs, but like differentiating those two terms, trading at all-time highs and making all-time highs, and really watching the chart patterns when we're in one of those levels, like if we're sideways at all-time highs or if we're actually making continuous all-time highs. So just something for new traders to keep an eye on and watch it, because it's such different price action.
Absolutely.
Love it. We'll put a pin in it.
Right.
Have a great trading week, everybody.
Bye, guys.